Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that has Swifties and music lovers buzzing with curiosity, the idea of the life of a showgirl and how it connects to the ever-evolving world of Taylor Swift. Whether this is a rumored project, a conceptual era, or simply a phrase that sparked massive speculation online, one thing is certain. When Taylor Swift's name is attached to anything, the world pays attention. Now let's talk about why this phrase feels so powerful. The life of a showgirl. Just hearing it paints a picture, doesn't it? Glittering lights, dramatic costumes, long nights, applause, exhaustion, glamour, loneliness, all wrapped into one dazzling package. And if there's one artist who has mastered the art of turning spectacle into storytelling, it's Taylor Swift. Think about her journey for a moment. From a teenage country singer with a guitar to a global pop icon selling out stadiums across continents. From deeply personal albums like Fearless and Red to bold reinventions like Reputation, Lover, Folklore, and beyond. Each era felt theatrical. Each album felt like stepping into a new stage production. So the idea of the life of a showgirl almost feels autobiographical, doesn't it? But here's the interesting question. What does it truly mean to live the life of a showgirl in today's world? Traditionally, a showgirl is associated with grand performances. Think sequins, spotlight, Vegas stages, and elaborate choreography. It's about spectacle. But Taylor's version of spectacle has always been layered with vulnerability. Behind every sparkly outfit is a songwriter dissecting heartbreak, fame, betrayal, growth, and reinvention. Could the life of a showgirl symbolize the duality she has always explored? The glamorous public image versus the private emotional world? The cheers of millions versus the quiet moments of self-reflection? If you think about her career, she's constantly played with identity. The innocent country girl, the pop superstar, the villain in her own narrative, the cottagecore storyteller, the mastermind reclaiming her music. She doesn't just release albums, she builds eras. And eras are theatrical. They're curated, they're staged, almost like acts in a long-running show. And that brings us to something deeper. Being a showgirl, in the modern sense, isn't just about dancing under bright lights. It's about performance as survival. It's about understanding that the world is watching and deciding what version of yourself to give them. How much of your real self do you reveal? How much do you protect? Taylor has openly discussed fame's impact on her life, the scrutiny, the headlines, the public feuds, the reinventions forced by criticism. Imagine living under that microscope for over a decade. How do you maintain authenticity while performing for millions? How do you separate who you are from who the world thinks you are? And let's not forget her business savvy. Re-recording her masters wasn't just an artistic decision, it was strategic, bold, almost theatrical in its execution. She turned a contractual dispute into a global movement. That's not just being a singer. That's understanding the stage of public narrative. So if the life of a showgirl were an album, what themes might we expect? Fame as a costume, love under spotlights, loneliness in hotel rooms after sold-out shows, the exhaustion behind the smile, the power of applause, the fear of silence, the constant pressure to outdo your last performance. But here's something else to think about. What if the showgirl isn't just Taylor? What if it's all of us? In the age of social media, aren't we all performing to some degree? Curating our highlights, choosing our filters, posting our wins, hiding our struggles. Is modern life one big stage? And if so, are we comfortable with the roles we're playing? Taylor's artistry has always tapped into universal emotion. That's why her songs feel personal even when they're specific. She writes about her life, but somehow it becomes our life too. That's the magic. That's the performance. That's the connection. If this concept truly exists as a creative direction, it could be one of her most meta eras yet. An exploration of performance itself. Not just the glamorous side, but the cost of it. Because every spotlight casts a shadow. And every standing ovation eventually fades into silence. And let's be honest, Taylor Swift understands narrative better than almost any artist of her generation. She knows how to drop hints, spark speculation, and let fans piece together clues. The anticipation becomes part of the experience. The mystery becomes marketing. The conversation becomes culture. But beyond the theories and excitement, there's something deeply human here. The idea of being seen, applauded, admired, yet still longing to be understood beyond the costume. Have you ever felt that way? Like people see the version of you that performs well, but not the quieter, unfiltered you behind the scenes? That tension is powerful, and it's relatable. Whether the life of a showgirl is a metaphor, a rumor, or a future project waiting to be revealed, the concept aligns perfectly with Taylor's legacy of transformation and introspection. She doesn't just tell stories, she embodies them. She lives them in Technicolor. And maybe that's the ultimate showgirl move. Turning your life into art. Turning scrutiny into strategy. Turning heartbreak into anthems. Turning reinvention into power. So what do you think? Would you want to see an era centered around the theatrical, glamorous, and emotionally complex life of a modern showgirl? What themes would you want her to explore? Fame? Identity? The illusion of perfection? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely want to know what you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the concept and artistry surrounding Taylor Swift, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Share this with a fellow Swiftie or anyone who loves exploring music and pop culture on a deeper level. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our next discussion. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.